Hi, welcome to Crappy Media Reviews. I'm the Crappy Media Reviewer, and today I'm going to talk about Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, which is considered to be one of the worst games of all time. So, let's start. First off, advertising. The front of the box promises 18 wheels of thunder, while there are only 4 cars in the game. Promises police chases and delivering illegal cargo, but none of that is in game. So call that lying advertising. Second up, there is no plot or challenge whatsoever. The opponent has no AI, thus never moves, making losing impossible. A patch was released to fix this, giving the opponent AI, but even then it never makes it to the finish line because there is no loss condition programmed into the game. The opponent stops near the finish line and never makes the cross. The opponent stops near the finish line and never makes the cross. It's also very slow and can be easily caught up with, making the opponent pointless players unless they decide to drive at a low speed. Because of this, it is impossible to lose the races. The game has so many glitches that it is easier to count what works properly. Seriously, even the patched version has glitches. There's a fairly high chance that the player will instantly win the race when they cross the starting line. There's a fairly high chance that the player will instantly win the race when they cross the starting line. Trying to install the patch can make the game unable to boot up. There are a bunch of ways to make the game crash, such as one of the levels not starting properly. The truck can accelerate almost indefinitely in reverse. Seriously. It can go from once it can go from 12.3 on decillion miles per hour. This is 10 on 28 times the speed of light. The checkpoints are badly programmed and often the game counts them out of order as well, occasionally making the player win as they drive through the first checkpoint. No collision detection on anything but terrain. You are able to pass through everything in the game, including buildings, people, and everything else. Oh, and you go under the bridges if you try to cross them. You can also climb huge mountains and go outside the game. The infamous "Your winner" victory sign. That's such stupid English grammar. However, that was changed to "You win" in a patch update. There are also no other sound effects beside the truck engine, which sounds annoying. And somebody is actually credited for the sound. The graphics aren't truly terrible though, besides the water which keeps flickering but can't exist. Trucks are also referred to as cars. Even the .exe file used to start the game is named Cars, which will become apparent every time the game crashes. Not to mention, the game's original logo can be seen closely in the loading screen. The box timer is so small that the timer slightly leaves the boundary of the box. The speedometer is unnecessarily big and takes up almost a quarter of the whole screen. Some of the light points don't even have textures. Some of them are just purple, mutant-like colors. And sometimes you can instantly win by pressing the space bar. So that's Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. It's a very poor game that you shouldn't buy, so I'm giving it a 0 out of 10. Stay tuned to the next review where I'm going to talk about the Teen Titans Go episode, The Return of Slade. See ya.